Lakeside Dental Clinic, Go Island, is brought to you by Lakeside Dental Clinic.
Today we're at the Nanaimo River Estuary. It is the largest on Vancouver Island and it is an integral part of the Nanaimo River watershed. We're talking about that today in anticipation of World Rivers Day coming up on September the 28th. Are populations of this ancient fish swimming in the waters around Vancouver Island? Rugby season is underway and the boys find assistance by way of a kayak. Pretty excited today. We're going to show you a perspective of Nanaimo and the Nanaimo River watershed from that lookout right there, and I admit that it's a view I've never seen before. We're going to share that with you later on this edition of Go Island. But first, a 2-meter-long white sturgeon died and washed up on the shores of Departure Bay Beach a few months ago, and researchers are now asking, are there populations of this ancient fish living in the waters around Vancouver Island? Here's Annette Lucas. Dean Gaudry is the co-chair of the Nanaimo Area Land Trust, has been since it was established back in 1994, and we are standing at a spot that we've never been to before.
I haven't been here before, and it's a shame because it's so incredible. I've really been amazed. We have a mix of Garry Oak Meadow and the estuary. It's just such a diverse ecosystem.
And there's several rivers feeding into this estuary?
Well, it is the Nanaimo estuary, but we also have the Millstone feeding into it. The Millstone into the harbor, and then we have the Chase River, there's Wexford Creek, there's Richardson Creek, and there's Holdham Creek over on the other side of the estuary. So it's an incredible convoluence of all these creeks and watersheds coming together, but it is the Nanaimo estuary.
There's lots of opportunities coming up on September the 27th and 28th to learn more about these things as the Regional District of Nanaimo and City of Nanaimo collaborate to bring you different tours on World Rivers Day. We're going to tell you about that later, but it's all around watershed. And we were having conversations before we got the camera rolling. Does everybody know what a watershed is and how important it is?
Well, I don't know that I'm the right person to offer a definition, but I'm not a biologist or a geographer. But it is a system that is a catchment in essence. So any water that falls in the mountains around here that eventually gets to here would be part of the watershed. This is the largest estuary on Vancouver Island.
And it's a geographical term.
It's a kind of catchment, I guess you could say.
Why is it important? What purpose do watersheds serve for our daily lives?
Well, all of us in Nanaimo and the region, we benefit from the Nanaimo watershed every day when we turn the tap on. It provides us with all of our drinking water here and for the region. It's really central to our life. Nanaimo couldn't exist on the scale it does without the watershed providing that water. Even here in the estuary, if we look across, we can see the booming grounds here. That provides an opportunity for forest companies to store logs in a freshwater environment so that they can be preserved longer before they get to the mill.
Now, the one thing we haven't touched on is the natural wildlife and what these areas bring in that regard.
Well, 300 species of birds use this estuary as either a stopping off place or a nesting place. So really key to the biodiversity of the area. When you get a mix of fresh and salt water, it provides for a much more diverse opportunities for fostering young salmon, young trout. You see a lot of herons in the area fishing. There's a lot of crabs out in the deeper water on the estuary. It's just an incredibly rich, biodiverse area.
We're just getting started, but we're already over time. You can learn more by participating in some of the tours that are coming up on World Rivers Day. Nanaimo.ca for full listings on how you can participate. Pre-registration is available and necessary. We'll come back after a short break. Still to come today, Nanaimo Hornets rugby season is underway. Derek checks out a kids boot camp and the boys are back paddling to a deadline.
Did you know that there's a big difference between acute and chronic pain? Acute could be a pain in your hand that goes away within 0 to 3 to 6 months. Chronic pain actually is anything longer than that. The big difference is your nervous system is changed. So if you treat chronic pain like you treat acute pain, you're going to get further and further into chronic pain. We need to do different things for chronic pain.
You're watching Go. The Nanaimo Hornets rugby season is in full swing now. Our very own Derek Johnstone spent some time with some kids in a rugby boot camp recently. Here's Derek. A wide range of engaging activities. Nanaimo Rivers Day, September 26th and September the 28th. What's happening, Deb?
We have our Rivers Day happening down at Bowen Park. The main event is Sunday from 11 until 3, and we have a number of community groups coming out to celebrate our rivers, our watersheds, give information on how we affect the river system and how it affects us, and what we can do around the river system that we have. On Friday the 26th, we have a tour of the watershed, and that is filling up super fast, so if you are interested, get on that. And then we have a number of other tours on the Sunday. All those tours you need to pre-register for, and they can be done through iReg out of our activity guide and off of our website. Just a really fun time, and it's going to happen at the Bowen Park Lower Picnic Shelter, which is a little bit different from in the past.
Now, more information on how to register, once again, refer to your activity guide. There's a great version online as well.
That's right.
You don't have to have a physical copy. You can do everything online.
It's going to be a beautiful day. Come out and join us.
Of course it will. Thank you very much. We're going to be back with more from the Nanaimo River Estuary after a short break. A beautiful, majestic, domineering in a gorgeous kind of way Gary Oak here at the Nanaimo River Estuary. We couldn't resist but stand close to it. This is Derek Cowling. He is a volunteer with the Nanaimo Area Land Trust. A Nanaimo Area Watershed Roundtable was formed about 2 years ago.
Yes, that's
with what
correct.
purpose?
It was basically an initiative by the Nanaimo Area Land Trust to bring the various stakeholders that have an interest in the watershed and the estuary together as a group to talk about the natural values and the economic values of the watershed and how important it is to us, and to work together to try and find ways to enhance the public knowledge about the importance of the watershed, and also to initiate studies. And
you're holding one of those studies in your
actually,
hand right now.
Yeah. This is one that just came out at our last meeting, the Nanaimo River Watershed Baseline Report. It's actually a second edition, but it gives us all kinds of very valuable information about the rainfall, the groundwater, the forestry values, the biodiversity that we find so prevalent here in the estuary, but all throughout the watershed.
Now, I focused on being short and trying to stay in time here. We're hoping that we're going to intrigue your interest enough to get more information. Why is it important to have all of this data and to know what is here?
Well, it's very hard to initiate projects and improvements to the environment if you don't know where you're starting from.
Website?
There is a website.
www.nalt.ca.
Yes, they can check at NALT. We're just getting a watershed website organized right now, so
Excellent.
it's
Okay.
not up quite yet.
Get in now, and there's lots of ways for you to get involved. We're going to throw things over now to Todd and Derek. It's clocked. A little retro look. That was clocked edition number 11. We're in production for episode number 31 as we speak. That does bring us to the end of this edition of Go Island. Lots of activities coming up around World Rivers Day. Takes place September the 28th. There's some events also on the 26th. Best resource, www.nanaimo.ca. Before we sign off today, finally, the annual Harvest Festival takes place this Saturday, September the 20th on Wesley Street in Nanaimo's Old City Quarter. There are 3 music stages, food vendors, shopping, activities for the entire family. Food journalist John Genova will be on site, as well as Bill Helene, for a First Nations perspective on local food and the importance and the tradition around the potlatch. That event runs from 11 until 6. Harvest Festival, September the 20th. For more information, www.dnbia.ca. Thanks for watching Go Island. We'll see you next time.
Lakeside Dental Clinic Go Island is brought to you by Lakeside Dental Clinic, a division of the Vancouver Island Implant Centre, delivering dental services, including dental implants and sedation dentistry, all under one roof. Clothing supplied by Catwalk Fashions. Kate's Hair and Aesthetics provided by Maffeo Salon.